really proud of the professional performance, the commitment, the desire, the work rate. I think the first, before Kling come off, I think that 70 minutes or whatever. It was such a dominant away performance. This is a place that's not easy to come to. You know, at the end of the game, your players are going to have absolutely nothing left in their bodies, and the commitment from the whole group to be the dominant team for 70 minutes and then fight for their lives for 20. Yeah, I don't like to do that, but you also get to find out who's in your locker room. You get to find out who your teammate is on days like this where we get weird knocks and injuries and have to scramble and change shape a little bit. And this group of individuals were not going to get beaten tonight, and I couldn't be prouder to be coaching them on nights like this.
We will start questions off with Joel Odom.
Mark, what was your reaction to the early goal, and how did that set the tone for you guys? Did you feel like tonight?
Yeah, the goals change games. The first goal and the end of it, well, the statistics are huge, but it's also the actions that led to it. So we were aggressive. We won the ball back a couple of times, and we forced momentum in the first moment. And I felt like that followed us throughout the game. It set a precedent, and in the amount of times that we forced them to kick the ball out of play, or their centre backs or goalkeeper to give up the ball under pressure was huge. And to do that away from home in the heat is so hard. And yeah, I was near the end of the game looking at players, checking on them 2, 3, 4 times because they shouldn't have any energy left, and they still do. So I love that start, but I love the actions that took us there, and I thought we continued that aggressive approach throughout the game.
Next, we'll go to AJ McCord.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. So 2 questions for you. First, you're sitting atop the NWSL standings. So how imperative or how impressed, I guess, have you been with your squad's ability to just keep the pedal on the metal and make sure that they never let up, knowing now that they're sort of in the leaderboard? And then second, Emily was talking going into this match a bit about just how much you guys wanted to emphasize defense. I know the goal stole all the thunder in the first minute or whatever it was, but how impressed were you with their ability to remain committed to defense despite scoring that goal early?
I'll come to the table in a second. So you saw a lot of different types of defending. You saw aggressive, high pressing defending that is part of our DNA. But you also saw in the last 10, 15 minutes, just people willing to put their bodies on the line and chaos defending. And I thought the third piece was I thought we managed the game with the ball very, very well for that first 70 minutes. Where when we lost it, we were in good positions. Defending starts with when you have the ball. Attacking starts when you're defending. You know, in the positions that you have that put you in an advantage in those first few seconds. We were very, very good at counter pressing, chasing Houston when we lost it, putting people under pressure in those first few moments, and it meant we ran less. You know, we sprint more in those first few moments, but we run less in total distance, and we needed to keep that distance down tonight because we're on a 6-day turnaround and Houston had more time and we're playing in the heat. We haven't felt this humidity like this probably for a couple of years. We've been fortunate with the weather when we've traveled here. Standings, yeah, look, I still can't get over the OL Reign and the Orlando games beginning of the year. So you say one of those a win and we could be even a better position. So I'm not trying to take away that we are in a very strong position, and that's fantastic. However, it's all about performance. It's all about growing. It's all about getting better. And tonight we improved. We improved in a tough place, and we continue to make better decisions in key moments that we've been focused on. And we managed a really dangerous team. That's the most important part, because at the end of the season, points ain't winning you a playoff game. It's how you perform. It's how your team understands the identity and is it second nature? Is it automatic? Is it subconscious in how they're playing in solving different problems? And I just love the growth. I came into this game really proud of how we did last week and challenged the team to push on again, and they did that in abundance tonight.
Next, we'll go to Marina Gaspar.
Hey, Mark, congrats on the win. I have a question about Megan Ellie. She played as a defender at college, and I think she was listed as a defender as well on the Timbers website. So I don't know. Has she ever played up top during trainings, and what does that say about the versatility of your players? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good question. We love Nally. She's a very important person, a very important player to us, and she hasn't been given the opportunity in the position that she plays. She's a centre back for us. We think she's a very good centre back. When she went to Potsdam on loan in the off season, they did everything to try and keep her. She was one of their best players, pushing for a Champions League spot. We know we've got a great player. She came on the left wing when we went into a 4-5-1. Kristen Westphal went into a right wing. 2 defenders playing as wingers at that point, to be able to close out and see the game. And of course, that isn't the master plan, but we got pushed in that situation the way that momentum changed with Yaz going down after just coming on. And Nally, just like she always does, committed to had a task, committed to that task and executed and really helped us just like Kristen did.
Next, we'll go to Grant Little.
Hey, Mark, hope you're well. I've got 2 questions for you. The first one, just an update, if you could give it about Kling, who went down, Morgan, who was out, and Yaz, who went down. And then the second question, I was just kind of wondering if you could talk, Sophie Smith had a weird first season. Then she was out with injury and national team duty, and now she's getting a good run of minutes and has scored in 2 consecutive games. I was wondering if you could talk about if that's been key to her finding her form and how she's evolved since she got to Portland.
So I'm really proud of Soph. She continues to move forward and nudge forward, but you've seen nothing yet. If this was a 100-meter sprint, she's just starting to get out of the blocks. She's not even upright yet and got over 10 meters. This is nothing to what you're going to see. It's been a tough 2 years, like you said. We've always felt when we get Soph and keep her here for 3, 4, 5 weeks, we see a person get comfortable. We see a player become more and more dangerous and more effective. So we're finally seeing that. What is it since she's returned from the last camp? Maybe 4 weeks now, 3, 4 weeks. She'd always have her best week 5, and then she'd be off to national team. So I think you're seeing nothing. Yeah, I think it's a good start. We love her to bits. I think her ceiling is nowhere to be seen, and she's going to continue to grow. But the consistency and grow opportunity to grow in this environment, I think, is really helping her. For injury update, we've could be 2 or 3 weeks. Just so angry about how that happened, and Weaver consistently put 3 massive performances, finally get some consistency, and that happens. Such an innocent, hardworking person. Yaz doesn't look good, ankle just locked up there as the ball hits it, just at the wrong time. So a bit swollen. Find out more when we get back to Portland. And I think that was it on injuries. Who else? One more player. Kling. Thank you, Katie Simmons. Kling's fine. She just took 2 or 3 hits in a row there, and also about protecting her. She's critical to our team. So Poe's fantastic and deserves more opportunities. I assume Kling will be fine.